Once upon a time, in the peaceful kingdom of Florella, there lived three princess sisters, Liana, Mira, and Sophia. Each of them was beautiful in her own way, but even more special were their hearts. Princess Liana, the eldest, loved nature. She could make flowers bloom with her songs. Princess Mira, the middle one, loved animals. Birds and butterflies always followed her. Princess Sophia, the youngest, loved to laugh and paint. Her colors brought joy to the castle walls. Together they made the kingdom shine like a rainbow. The magical garden. Behind the royal castle was a magical garden. It was said to be a gift from the fairy of spring herself. Every flower glowed with soft light at night, and the air always smelled sweet. The princesses cared for the garden every day. They watered the flowers, played with butterflies, and sang songs under the sunlight. One morning, when the princesses went to the garden, something strange happened. The flowers were wilted. The butterflies were gone. Even the singing birds had disappeared. The trees stood sad and silent. "Oh no!" cried Princess Liana. "What happened to our beautiful garden?" Princess Myra touched a dry rose and whispered, "Someone must have cast a spell." Princess Sophia frowned. "Then we must break it." The wise old gardener. They ran to old gardener Rowan, who had cared for the garden since their father was a boy. Rowan looked worried. "This is no ordinary wilt. The fairy of spring's magic is fading because her wand has gone missing." "The fairy's wand?" Liana gasped. "But that's the source of all bloom in Florella." "Yes," said Rowan. "Without it, the kingdom will turn dull and lifeless." Myra asked bravely, "Can we find it?" Rowan nodded. "It was last seen near the crystal forest, guarded by a silver wolf. Only those with pure hearts can enter." The princesses exchanged glances. "We'll go together," said Liana. "For the garden," said Mira. "And for the kingdom," added Sophia with a grin. Journey through the crystal forest. They packed food, water, and Myra's pet bird Tiki, who could guide them. The crystal forest sparkled, like glass. Every leaf glittered under sunlight. But the deeper they went, the darker it became. Suddenly, a mist surrounded them. A voice echoed through the trees. "Turn back, princesses. The forest is not safe." But Liana took her sister's hands. "We are not afraid." Out of the mist appeared a giant silver wolf with glowing eyes. It growled softly. Myra stepped forward. "We don't want to harm you. We just need the fairy's wand to save our garden." The wolf sniffed the air, then said in a deep voice, "Only those who prove their kindness may pass." The three tests. The wolf gave them 3 challenges. 1. The River of Reflections. They reached a river that looked like a mirror. A voice said, "Only those who are truthful can cross." Each sister had to speak the truth about herself. Liana said, "Sometimes I want to be perfect and forget to listen." Myra said, "Sometimes I care so much for animals that I forget people." Sophia said, "Sometimes I laugh to hide that I'm scared." As soon as they spoke, shining bridges appeared, letting them cross safely. 2. The Field of Whispers. 1,000 tiny flowers whispered doubts. "You can't do it. You'll fail." Sophia began to tremble. "They're right. Maybe we'll never find the wand." But Liana and Mira hugged her. "We believe in you, Sophia," said Liana, and with that love, the whispers faded. The field turned golden again. 3. The Cave of Shadows. Inside the cave, they saw their greatest fears: storms, loneliness, darkness. But together, they held hands and walked forward. When they stepped into the light, the shadows disappeared, and the silver wolf reappeared, smiling. "You have passed," he said. "Your hearts are pure." From behind the wolf, a shimmering wand floated into Liana's hands. The return to the garden. They hurried back to the castle. The sky had turned grey, and the garden looked almost dead. Liana raised the fairy's wand. She sang the garden song. Bloom again, bright and fair. Spread your color through the air. Wake the flowers. Wake the trees. Bring back life with gentle breeze. Light poured from the wand. Flowers opened their petals. Trees lifted their branches. And butterflies danced in the air once more. The fairy of spring appears. Suddenly a swirl of golden dust appeared. From it emerged the fairy of spring, smiling warmly. "My dear princesses," she said, "you have restored hope and harmony to Florella. For your courage and kindness, I grant you each a gift." She touched Liana's hand. It glowed green. "You will always make nature bloom." Then she touched Myra's hand. It shimmered blue. "You will understand every creature's heart." Finally, she touched Sophia's hand. It sparkled pink. "Your laughter will forever bring joy to those who hear it." The fairy lifted her wand and said, "And your bond as sisters will keep the kingdom bright forever." The celebration. The king and queen threw a grand celebration in the garden. All the people of Florella came to see the blooming flowers, the singing birds, and the shining lights. The three princesses stood together, hand in hand. They had learned that bravery was not just about fighting monsters. It was about being kind, honest, and united. That night, as the stars twinkled, the princesses sat in the garden under a silver moon. Sophia said softly, "Do you think the garden will ever stop blooming again?" Liana smiled. "Not while we care for it." Myra added, "And not while we care for each other." And with that, the three sisters laughed together, their voices as bright as the blooming flowers all around them. End of story. Like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you.